That's good.
I went to the woods for 4 days a couple weeks ago.
Saw that.
And just, yeah, dude, it was no signal, no nothing. Like, I still had like stuff on my phone at night to look through, but
Yeah.
just my anxiety from life just stopped, and it became like, you know, worried about money, worried about doctor shit, and then it just turned into like, is that a bear? A moose terrify me, so I'm like looking around, and it was just a reset. So like, I guess that's why you enjoy it too. Like,
absolutely. It's always a reset every time, just like you did, whether it's one day or, you know, a week or whatever that timeline is. It is an absolute all natural reset where you completely disconnected and you just get to like focus on what I like to call like real world priorities. Like, where's my food? Where's my water? Am I staying warm tonight? Will I be run over by a moose or eaten by a bear?
Yeah.
You know, and then when you have a 4-legged companion with you, it's like, you still kind of get to exert some of that kind of like concern. Like, are they okay? Do they have enough food? Do they have enough? So I kind of need a little bit of that, but I don't get much feedback from that 4-legged companion because they just, yep, I'm good. You know?
One thing I noticed, that I didn't bring my dog out this time, I brought my friend's dog, but it's very different having my German Shepherd who will, you know, he does a perimeter sweep. He'll check the front of the group or come to the back, to a border collie who just want to play fetch the whole time.
There you go.
But I still noticed that he would smell something in the wind before I could see it. And sometimes I could see there was a mule deer out there that I could see before he smelled it. Okay. And it's that, like, I don't know, do you see that with Finn?
Yeah, I know Finn is very much a go out and report back sort of dog.
Yeah, so Strider too.
Yeah, he just takes off. I know he's coming back. And he knows where I'm at, I would say 100% of the time. But yeah, he'll take off, and I've spent enough time with him in the woods where I can really watch his body language. Like, he'll sit and he'll just move his head. And if he sees something, he's off. You know? I mean, he likes to catch squirrels and rabbits and all that. So that's kind of his thing. But the other day we were out in the woods and I was scraping a deer hide with some stone scrapers, and he sat next to me. And as I was completely focused on that task, he was like, I was facing this way and he was facing that way. And it was just kind of like, he had my back. He's like, all right, I know you're doing something.
Yeah.
Do it. But then, you know, don't forget about those chicken treats, because I'm doing I'm doing my part, you know. But yeah, he's a good dog. He's definitely a good dog. He's a smart dog. And when I realized he was smart was when he understood fire, simply being like, we've laid next to many of fires, but he knows that if I'm laying here, he's laying here, the fire's here, he gets my warmth and he gets the fire's warmth.
Okay.
He's not afraid of it. And I think some dogs, they get a little bit nervous around fire, probably.
My dog tries to bite the embers. Yeah.
The little things that pop.
Yeah.
So I don't know like how that plays instinctually into them, but he is very much aware of where the fire is and likes to position his body.
Yeah.
He understands like the wind when it's blowing in like one of the caves. He just gets it. So I'm like, he's smart. He's got something going on in there.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
What do dogs mean to you? I know it's probably a tough question on the spot.
Yeah,
but
I think dogs are similar to like the woods. They don't judge, they don't cheat, they don't steal. They're 100% truth, and they're 100% honest. When they're hungry, they'll let you know.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do anything to harm you. Most of the times when dogs are misbehaving, it's out of our negligence or it's out of them being reactive to something, but it is the ultimate companion, like the ultimate form of companionship, more importantly, like reciprocity, from the point of, I can be doing all these things in the day, you know, building a spear, napping stone, trying to catch fish, and he's always by my side. He's never rushing me. He's never doing anything, but he knows when we sit down that evening to cook that fish, he's going to get some. And it's just peace, man. It's a total peace.
I forget which podcast I was on, but I was talking about this, and dogs to me are kind of, you could grow up in Hong Kong, like in a high rise, then you can grow up in New York, like I did. And then you could grow up, like, I guess you grew up in Colorado.
Yeah. Well, Colorado and a couple other places.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, you can be out there with a dog in the woods. Someone could be with a little Chihuahua thing or Shih Tzu in Hong Kong. You still have like a remnant Ice Age predator. So you're still connected to that like Paleolithic past.
Yeah.
Whether or not they're cutting bison with salutary points over here. But I don't know. How you feel about that? Because kind of like in the woods.
Yeah. I think I mean, the very first time I took Finn out, we were out by Alma, Colorado. We were walking up through these hills. We did our day. It was like our bonding. Like we went up and we swam in these high like pools, caught some fish, and was like, all right, he's a good dog. We were walking down, a big moose just jumped in front of me, and he got between me and that moose.
That's my biggest fear with a dog.
And it was always a fear walking around the moose because you can't. It just jumped out. But he got between me and that moose, laid on a growl, walked towards the moose, and kind of pushed it back just a few feet. And then I gave him a whistle and he came right back to me and I was like, we are now best friends forever. Like,
was he like growling at it?
He was growling, and like when he gets excited,
so cool.
He gets a spike on his back. That's my indicator. Like something is upsetting to him. That's like the one thing. And the hair went up on his back and I didn't know it at that time, but that's his indicator. But yeah, he just growled it down and like an idiot. I'm like, trying to pull my phone. I'm like, this is the coolest day ever.
Yeah, you know, with a moose right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he went to that point of his primal pass, and then me having that dog there, being like, this thing could have definitely trampled me, was another great point. I'm like, man, there's some instinct there. There's a connection that dates back, thousands of years.